I'm Fess Parker. I'm a former actor, and we're at the Fess Parker Vineyard and Winery in the Santa Ynez Valley, Santa Barbara County, California. We're anticipating our 12th or 13th harvest. Everything looks pretty good. One of the things about this that was apparent to me at the beginning was that if my son Eli didn't join with me, I probably wouldn't have gone forward. But when he said he would, then I realized that maybe we were creating a business that other members of the family could be interested in, and perhaps generationally, because working with your family, primarily my son and daughter and my son-in-law, has been extraordinarily smooth.
We are a very tight-knit group here. It doesn't matter, you know, again, whether you're talking about production or the tasting room folks, sales and marketing. We all kind of pitch in and work together, and we all have one common objective, and that is to deliver a quality product and a quality experience.
When you have an opportunity to work with good people like that you have a really close connection with, people like Eli and Fess, but specifically, you know, to work with my wife.
You really feel like you're part of something. The draw of coming back and being a part of this was big for me. Fess is an only child, and I think it's really special for him to be in business with his son and daughter and with Mom on the inside of the equation.
It was a cold, rainy day in December 1987. I got this phone call from Dad, and he said, you know, I've just called your sister. We're going to meet. I want to take you out to the Santa Ynez Valley and show you this ranch that I just discovered.
Did he tell you the real reason he bought the ranch?
What is the real reason?
His house fell off a cliff. He hardly didn't tell everybody that. It's actually true. His house he was renovating fell off a cliff in Santa Barbara, and he was up here bemoaning his homeless state one day, and our neighbor across the road said, you know, gosh, Fess, the ranch right there, it's available, you should look into it. And Fess jumped on it. I think this piece of property means more to him than just about anything.
We got in the car and drove up to the valley, and the 30-minute ride up here, he was describing this beautiful piece of property. So we drive up onto the top mesa here, and it is absolutely as described. It's like an oak savanna, looked like something right out of Africa. We're driving around, and he's talking about how he could envision retiring to this piece of property, and it didn't take long before he started talking about fulfilling probably a lifelong dream of planting a few acres of vineyard and starting a small winery. We're blessed by the fact that we've got great climate, great soils, and there are just some magical spots on earth where you have a confluence of all of these right ingredients that come together to allow you to grow fruit that's second to none. These soils are well-drained, rocky soils, really well suited to growing the fruit. The climate, we're very fortunate that we have a close proximity to the Pacific. And the mountain ranges that frame the valley on either side basically act as a funnel to channel all that cool air up off the Pacific. And so consequently, we might see daytime temperatures here of 95 degrees, but it'll cool off to 50 degrees in the evening, which really helps keep the vines in check, keeps the acid from respiring from the vines. So we can get this fruit good and ripe, but the juice chemistries are still great.
When we started this winery, we started in a small building that's a barrel storage room now. We made the wine there. We aged the wine there, we sold the wine there. And so many people in the early years saw us as we made progress here. This building we took 4 years to put up.
Making a personal connection with your customers here at the winery is your best chance at keeping somebody in the fold for a long time. It helps bring the message home that this is a small, family-owned and operated place.
We live a great deal off of the legacy of the film work. I started out in 1951, and after about 15 movies and small parts and some television, Walt Disney gave me the opportunity to play Davy Crockett. And that was 5 one-hour films, and it was a sort of an extraordinary development of the impact of television and upon the marketing of kind of souvenir stuff. In 1964, I started the television series Daniel Boone.
And the Boone Show ran for about 6 or 7 years. And so from mid-50s to about 1970, he had a nice career in the film business. And I think really during that time kind of captured the hearts of a lot of young people during that era.
My whole life, people have been coming up to me and saying, you know, I grew up with your dad, and your dad means so much to me, and that's incredible. And that kind of longevity, I think, is pretty special.
It was an extraordinary experience. I love the Syrah, and I really think that in the beginning we had a tremendous enthusiasm for Syrah because our very first planting here produced a 90 from Robert Parker. Since then we've gotten consistent scores, and while there's an awful lot of Syrah planted, it's always in the making of the wine. And we're very fortunate in having fine fruit. So Syrah, my wife loves Pinot Noir, so I drink a lot of Pinot Noir and Viognier. She likes Viognier when she's cooking and relaxing, and Pinot Noir with her dinner.
I get asked that question frequently, and I'm stealing somebody else's response, but it's sort of like asking a guy which one of his children is his favorite. I really find that it depends on my mood and what I'm eating, and if I had to pick one flavor though, I guess I would probably have to say Syrah.
I think the key to the wine business nowadays, with all of the consolidation that's going on and all the competition, is to really make a connection with your customer. And the best opportunity we have is when they come here to visit.
They usually celebrate for a week. They've been doing that since 10th grade. 9th grade, they celebrate for a week.
I like your style.
They have a chance to meet some family and talk to some people that have been around the facility for a while, and you give them a little education as to the area. It's a good experience for everybody, getting people out here on the lawn, picnicking or walking their dogs. I think all of this is about making a personal connection with people, and if they have a good visit, they meet some of the family, and they think you're okay, I think they'll consider picking up a bottle next time.
It also makes me feel good. You know, this is a real team effort, and when you pull off a nice score, or you get a nice letter from somebody that's had a positive experience with your product, I like to pass that along. It starts here in the vineyard. It works through the winemaking effort, then it works through the sales and marketing effort. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort into bringing a bottle of wine to market.
I don't want to take over the world and grow this thing and have it be enormous. Just kind of keep it a special place.